Now that we know what every 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars minifigure is, let's rank them from worst to first. In last place, and this pains me to say, is Fives. This would be a really good minifigure, but LEGO absolutely butchered the helmet. From what we see in source material from the Clone Wars, there is no gap on his helmet, and then we look at the LEGO fig, and with the helmet there's a huge gap, and it doesn't make any sense how this is possible. It feels like there was little to no effort put into this helmet, and they just said, let's go with it, we don't have any more time to fix it. And it's really disappointing. Now, I know people are going to talk about the big ammo pouch on Fives, but that's besides the point. I can look past that, but you can't look past the helmet. Yes, you can display Fives without the helmet, but do we really want to display our clone troopers without helmets? That's really taking away from what should have been a really great minifigure. This figure does have two things really going for it, and that's everything besides the helmet's great, and the helmet just knocks it down a whole bunch, which is really unfortunate. And it also comes in a really, really, really awesome LEGO set. So if you wanted to pick up this LEGO set, it's very good. But the one thing is you will be getting a very, very, very subpar Clone Trooper 5s. Hopefully sometime in the future they will remake this figure, maybe for another anniversary like the 30th or 35th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. In 6th is the young Leia minifigure, coming in the buildable droid factory set. This figure is by no means a bad minifig, it's just one that I don't really care too much for. I really felt that the smarter way to go about putting a young Leia minifig in LEGO Star Wars would have been to have a buildable Lola droid. This Lola droid could have easily went really nicely with all the other buildable characters and droids that LEGO has been releasing throughout the years, and it would have been such a seamless transition to include the Lola droid. Instead, we get a Lola droid with the figure, but it's way oversized and it looks really goofy. It would have just made more sense to exclude the Lola droid, but I guess LEGO wants to make it feel like you're getting more for your money with this Lola droid, and I really think it does more of a disservice to the figure itself rather than helping it, even though it does look like a really good printed piece. But back to the fig, it's very solid. I feel that there were ample opportunities of getting a young Leia minifig in another set rather than throwing it in as a 25th anniversary set and taking away an opportunity from a fig like a Boss Nass or a Black Chrysanthemum, two characters that fans would love to see as anniversary minifigures. Up next is QTKT, and this is a figure that's coming out in a battle pack later this year in October, or it's already out depending on the time you're watching this, but it's just a pink astromech droid. This was Aayla Secura's astromech droid, and while that is cool and all, I'm someone that finds it pretty difficult to be over the moon about astromech droids. And it doesn't help the fact that I find right now there's two astromech droids that I like more on shelves, with the IKEA astromech droid in the Shin Hati vs. New Republic E-Wing set, and the McDonald's astromech droid from the mashup between the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, which is another really cool astromech droid. At the end of the day, I really do like astromech droids, but if we were to get something like a Jedi Dooku, that would be way more exciting than another astromech droid, even though I will applaud LEGO for rolling out a ton of cool astromech droids. I feel QTKT easily could have been put into a Aayla Secura's Jedi Interceptor or Jedi Starfighter rather than as a 25th anniversary minifigure. In 4th is the infamous 9 Nub. Now, this is a very solid minifig. I have no complaints with the overall design about it. This is a minifigure that I'm surprised we haven't seen in LEGO Star Wars. You could throw him in any X-Wing, any Millennium Falcon, or most notably, a Tantive 4, and people would say, okay, yeah, this makes sense, especially with the presence in the original trilogy. So we've seen 10 Nub in LEGO form. I would expect the more known 9 Nub to be in LEGO form before 10 Nub. But you know what? Looking at things from a more positive note, at least 9 Nub is in a LEGO set now rather than not being in one at all. But this does come with one downside with the one LEGO set 9 Nub is in. It's a super overpriced set in the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pit. So depending on if you're getting the UCS Jabba sail barge or if you're just the biggest 9 Nub fan, that will indicate if you feel that it's worth spending the $80 on this set for that fig. Overall, good fig, just felt that there were better opportunities to put him in a set rather than throwing him in a already overpriced set. In third is Saw Gerrera, and this is one of my favorite minifigs, not just from the anniversary line, but in this entire year of LEGO Star Wars so far. The biggest thing that people have noticed is that the greens from what he is on screen compared to the minifig are different shades. Looking past that, the detail is incredible. The cape is magnificent with the amount of attention to detail that was put into that, which is awesome. His armor piece is beyond what I could have expected, and I love the staff that he has. So LEGO really went all out with this fig, and what helps us even more is that the set that he is in is an awesome set with the Sith Infiltrator, and much like 9nub, it's pretty shocking Saw Gerrera hasn't been in a set yet. When the Rogue One movie came out, not having Saw Gerrera was a bit of a shock, and then his presence in Bad Batch Season 2, but there haven't been any Bad Batch sets since the Justifier, so we can only hope that we will get more, but this is about minifigs, not about my hopes and dreams regarding LEGO Star Wars sets. Overall, great fig, just one complaint with the shade of green, but I am able to look past that. There's just so much detail packed into this minifig. I love it. We're down to the final two between Cal Kestis and Darth Malak, and this can go either way. I might look back on this and want to switch these around a few years from now. And in the 2 spot, I'm going to have to put Cal Kestis. This is an unbelievable minifigure coming in the Imperial Star Destroyer with a fantastic lineup of minifigures. Just adding a Cal Kestis in there really takes the set above and beyond. If you're a fan of the Jedi Survivor games, you're going to want to get your hands on Cal Kestis. It's pretty shocking that there wasn't a BD-1 minifig included with Cal, being that we saw a Lola droid with Princess Leia, as well as LEGO does have a BD-1 mold because they made a BD-1 buildable droid just a few years ago, and a BD-1 minifig came in that set. So that's pretty shocking right there, but also what might be more shocking is that there is no poncho. But I guess they went off the source material from Cal without a poncho rather than Cal with a poncho, even though if Cal had a poncho, this fig might just take the number 1 spot. So regardless, poncho, no poncho, still a fantastic minifig. And I really hope we get some Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order sets here in future years for LEGO. As we know, these anniversary minifigures are seen as characters who really wouldn't fall into any sets that LEGO has in future years or ever. So as much as we want to see more Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order sets, we may not, and that's really disappointing, but who knows? I still think it's very possible, and the one thing that LEGO would probably do is give Cal a poncho. I mean, I know there is that controversy around no waist capes for minifigs, and I'm on board, we need to have waist capes, but if LEGO does so happen to release a set with Cal in it, say 5-6 years from now, fingers crossed he appears in live action, and that would just give even more optimism around it. I feel it would be an auto lock to have Cal with the poncho, but this is a fantastic fig regardless, and we are getting a little bit into my wish list regarding LEGO Star Wars minifigs, so who knows what the future can hold, but Cal Kestis comes in at number 2. And number 1, as we all know, is Darth Malak, and this is the perfect definition of a 25th anniversary minifigure. One that I never thought we would see in LEGO Star Wars. One that doesn't fit in any sets LEGO would make. So they did the smartest thing possible, and they made Darth Malak a 25th anniversary minifigure. And just to make Darth Malak that much better, they put him in a awesome $100 R2-D2 build. That goes really well with that buildable C-3PO, and you can even throw in the Chewbacca as well, and you get the big 3 right there. But Darth Malak, super detailed, so accurate to the source material, which I love everything about this fig, and I can't get enough of it. I think that this fig is not just the best or one of the best 25th anniversary minifigures, I think it's up there with one of the best LEGO Star Wars minifigures we've seen. And when we look back in a few years, I really think Darth Malak is going to be seen as an all-time minifigure. So I'm super excited that they ended up making Darth Malak, and who knows what the future has in store for LEGO Star Wars minifigures, regardless of anniversary and not. With all the movies coming out, all the new shows and projects they're working on, the possibilities are endless. As a whole, I really like this wave of 25th anniversary minifigures for LEGO Star Wars, and I can't wait to see what future anniversaries of LEGO Star Wars have in store for us. As always, let me know what you agree with and what you disagree with on this list, and I'll see you in the next one.